What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome back to Off-Road Outlaws, and in today's video, we're going to be doing another build. Now, since we've been able to acquire lots of in-game currency, we are going to be building a ton of vehicles over the next few days. You guys are going to be seeing a ton of new builds that I'm going to try and get really creative with these. Really creative, and I'm going to try and do things that are a little bit different. Now, trucks-wise, I'm going to try and do... I want to do something that, I want to do something based off a vehicle that we haven't really built before, but then again, we've built most of the trucks that they have to offer. The Raptor is one that I haven't really, well, it's technically not a Raptor right now, but I kind of want to build some crazy Raptor, and I feel like it would be a good project, so, because I've never fully built one before, especially on this scale, so we're going to go ahead and do few basic things, like with the front bumper, and if I could go back to the front bumper, that'd be awesome. Let's see, what do we want to run with? I think probably, that'll work, because that gives me a lot of clearance for big tires. Fender-wise, we probably have similar options as to what the Dodge has. I'm just going to go with fenders that are slightly more cut out, and then from there, rear bumper-wise, yeah, that's kind of the go-to option. Cage, I don't really want to put a cage on this truck. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the cages, and I think I'm going to take the running boards off, but at the same time, I want rock sliders, but I also don't really I like the clean body lines of not having them, but at the same time, it's like, do you want it to be functional, or do you want it to look good? God, I want to run, the cleanest setup I can, but at the same time, I know there's a massive, difference. You do this with your hands. There's a massive difference, or a massive range as to what people consider clean. So, let's see where we can put the spare wheel. Probably, yeah, on the tailgate, in the bed, or on the hood. I think it looks so ugly on the tailgate and on the hood, so I'm going to put it in the bed. Horn-wise, I'm not going to worry about that. Windshield protection, it's really ugly. Front lights, yeah, that's out of place. Winch we'll definitely put on because we are going to need that. Is the jack only going to go on the roof? Yeah, apparently it is. There's nowhere else you could put that thing. Protection plates, no, because they ruin the look of the truck. Exhaust pipe. Now, so we can do a stack in the bed, which would be kind of weird. We could also do a hood stack or dual hood stacks, which would be really weird because this is a gas truck. But at the end of the day, you can kind of go one way or the other. I don't know if I want to put a rack in this thing. I feel like it's not necessarily... Oh, what about the repair pack, though? Yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand as well with a overland build. Front bumper, well, we're back to front bumper. What kind of cage options do we have? Because I want to go back and see what cage options we have before we rule out doing a cage completely. We have the idea of... We do a roof rack... We can do kind of like we could do like a bed cover. We could do a full cage, like a full exo setup. We could do a kind of half exo setup, front or rear, or we could do a roll bar. And I think I'm going to run the roll bar. The roll bar works. And I think that'll be all I'm going to do as far as that stuff goes. So we'll apply all those mods, and then we'll go back into customization because we're not quite done there yet. I don't know if I want to leave the yellow. The yellow is it's kind of bugging me because I don't know if I like it or not. The red works. The red just works. So we can run that, and then wheels-wise, we'll go, It's weird because there's a lot of different wheels, and they all kind of fit a certain idea, but I think those, I don't really run them on anything else, and I'm not sure why I don't run them on anything else, because they do look good, and I think that they suit the character of this truck pretty well, so we're going to run those, and then tire-wise, I kind of want to leave these, they look like Baja Claws, and I really want to leave them. I just want to see what other options we have, and it looks like... we're going to be leaving these, put it that way. It looks like we're really going to be leaving these. So we'll apply all those mods and then go to upgrades. Power-wise, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be through the roof. So, same for grip, same for weight. Diesel swap, probably not. Durability is going to be all the way up, though. Gearbox, we're going to leave alone. E-brake, we're going to add. And tracks we're not going to put on this truck, at least not right now. The tracks are not really the idea behind what we want to do here. So suspension is going to be, actually, you know what? Suspension in the front is going to be trophy suspension. And in the rear, it's going to be, you know what? Screw it. We're going to do trophy suspension all round. So yeah, trophy type installed. And then now we can actually go back and tune everything. So I've never really messed with this setup, this type of a setup before, like the trophy type suspension. So we're going to run probably 0.5 all round, I want to say. So we'll have that up all the way. 0.5. That should be good enough. That should be wide enough. Because this is supposed to be like a semi-realistic build. And it's not going to be like super over the top, but it's definitely going to be functional. So we're going to stick with the front for right now. Dampening is going to be at... God, there's so many things you can mess with. I'm going to just bump it up a tiny little bit. That's it. And then we'll bump it up to like 15, 24 in the back. Rear steering, we're not going to run on this truck. Shocks. Now, shock type. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, let's run the Kings, because those, I'm pretty sure that's what those are. I don't want to mess that up, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure those are Kings. So, all the way up to shock number 2. And then we'll go back to the front. Shock size, we'll turn that up just a little to like 1.2. Rear shock size is going to be up to 1.2 as well. And then stiffness. Now, the stiffness, we're going to think about that later. I think we're going to think about that later, yeah. Travel-wise, we're going to bump the front up to probably a 0.38. Yeah, 0.38. And then in the rear, not shock size, shock travel, sorry. Probably a 0.37. So it's just a tiny little bit less. Well, actually, at the same time, just now thinking about that, we'll probably balance it out, and then stiffness-wise, we're probably going to make the rear, a good bit softer, but what we can do is we can make it softer in the rear, and then we can up the travel to about 0.45. So that should be, and I don't know if I'm doing that backwards or if I'm doing it properly, but hopefully that works out and pays off. Now, wheels and tires wise, I mean, I don't really think they need to be much wider. They really don't. Wheel size is not going to be touched. Let's see. Let's upgrade them all the way. Anyway, we can make them like 1.2. And then width in the rear, upgrade that all the way. 1.2. That'll work. So far, this is turning out pretty well. I mean, it's like, what I wanted to do is give sort of a realistic vibe and a realistic look and feel. And I want to see how it looks on the VR test rig. Oh, God. All right, it's a little loud, but we're going to run course 1, start, and we're going to turn the speed up. Dude, look at the travel in the back. Like, look how much it's working in the back. That's crazy. That takes bumps insanely well, especially in the rear. I'm watching the rear suspension work, and that is ridiculous. All right, I want to take this thing out. I want to take this thing out, like, now, because that has really got me excited. So, maximum power, this has no gear tuning right now. So, with no gear tuning, there's definitely a little bit of a, there's definitely going to be a bit of, like, I wouldn't say it's going to be an issue, but I would say it's not going to be quite as crazy as it could. Oh, dude, this thing drifts really well. You pull the e-brake and then power down, this thing gets down, dude. Oh, a little bit of an yeah. Oh God, had an understeer moment. Still landed moderately upright. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not used to driving this thing in rear drive mode. Especially not with, like, the physics of this game. Let's see if we have enough speed to make it. Oh, yeah. Easily. Dude, that rear suspension is so insanely, like, absorbent. It just goes, it goes over everything. And you just see it compress and just take the shock of literally anything and everything you might land on. Makes it really predictable to drive. Boom! It's easy. This thing is really easy to land. Like, let me see what the travel looks like when you watch it from the side. That is insane, like, how much it actually drops down. And then when it comes back in contact with the ground again. And actually, I think I did it a little bit better than I originally anticipated that I did, because I was worried that I had it biased the wrong way. But with that much travel and, you know, kind of, oh God, what was I going to say? It was like basically the fact that I gave it that much travel, but also softened the rear up a little bit, basically makes it whoa, that put it into a lot more of a spin than I thought it would. Let's have four-wheel drive. No diff lock, just four-wheel drive. But it basically allows the truck to slam down on the rear end when it lands, but not really lose that much speed. And you can land the truck really flat. It lands really, really well, and it's a really predictable driving truck. I wonder how fast we're going. So like 80-ish miles an hour. Go, go, go! I don't think we'll have enough speed to do this loop, but we can try! What the? Okay, we're stuck. We drove, I was expecting to just drive up the loop, and then I got stuck. I wonder what it got stuck on. I wonder if it got stuck on my bumper or something else. That's weird, though. That's really weird. Oh, this is gonna be nuts. Oh, boy! That was perfect. Like, that was beautiful. It genuinely just works. That e-brake is meant to just be tapped, like, the tiniest little bit, and then you don't hold on to it unless you, like, have a specific reason to. Let me see. Oh, it works for that. It works really well for that. Oh, he did it too early. Damn, it works really well for getting around those hairpins, though. Let me see if I can make it work again this time. Not bad. It genuinely works if you do it right, and that's the biggest thing, is you have to do it right. Oh boy. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna go anywhere besides a backflip, but oh, it worked! Yes! I was kind of unsure of whether or not that was gonna work. Oh man, I feel like we could totally make it up there if we had enough speed. We could totally do it. We could totally do it. Let's go down here and we'll give it a little bit of an e-brake turn and power down. We could have actually held on to the e-brake for a good bit longer. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, what? Okay, I mean, got a random double backflip out of it, but still. Well, I wonder if we can use this to get up there. We probably could, we just didn't give it enough, didn't hit it at sharp enough of an angle. Spin it back around. And this is probably not going to be enough speed, but we're still going to give it a shot. And go, 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 go. Oh, dude, we're so close. Oh, we're so close. And it ended on our, well, like, the lid of the truck. So, real quick, we are going to go to another map, and we're going to test this thing out in a different environment. And I think where I'm going to probably go is, since it is a desert truck, it's probably best, well, suited for the desert, because that's usually where trucks of this type are going to be running. So, let's go to the free camera. And we'll see what this thing can do in terms of, we'll lock the front and rear diffs. Ah, screw it, we'll lock the center diff too. See how it does in terms of jumps, and then see how it does in terms of actual hill climbs. It's really good at, like, correcting from flips and spins. Like, it's genuinely very good at it. God, that suspension just soaks up everything. Look at that thing working. That is insane. You know, if we had stayed on a proper, like, line, we would have probably made it up that hill. Actually, you know what? Not probably. Definitely would have made it up that hill if we had stayed on our, like, just stayed on a proper line. Oh, nope, never mind. I was gonna aim for it, but lost way too much speed. And it ended up not being worth it to try to go up that hill. Alright, go, 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 go. I didn't even check for rocks. I'm just gonna... Wow, okay. I just went with it, and it worked. Worked really well, actually. Worked really, really well. Back up real quick. And even though this is not a rock crawling rig by any means, I do want to see what that travel looks like when you kind of put it up against some rocks. Yeah, the flex on the rear axle is pretty insane. The front isn't quite as much because it's an independent type, but the flex on the rear axle is pretty wild when you think about it. It's pretty freaking wild. Let's see if we can... I'm trying to get it to where we can have one wheel down here and then the other wheel up because I want to flex it up on this rock. Oh, God. Come back. That's not bad. It could look better, but that's not bad. Back it up a little bit more. Set it up. Okay, you know what? Now that I look at it, it's not terrible. It's really not bad. Even, like, with the independent type in the front. Still need to park it properly, though. Need to park it properly so it can be, like, so you can genuinely look at whatever it... There we go. You can see how much that axle really does flex up. And that's not max flex, I'm sure. I'm sure it could do a lot more than that. But it still shows that, like, even if your truck is set up for jumps and desert running and stuff like that, it can still, you know, it can still tackle some rocks if it has to. So yeah, I think this thing turned out awesome. I really, really like this truck. It's a really, really fun truck. Really, really, really fun truck. And I definitely think that it turned out well for also being a kind of a focus on realism as opposed to like something like wild and outlandish and crazy, which I am going to do next. The next build is going to be like super over the top and wild, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.